welcome to News at Night on this Wednesday, December the 2nd. I'm Colette Linden.
And I'm Daniel LaPrade. I'll have your full weather forecast details, your regional temperatures coming up, as well as what we're tracking tomorrow for snow accumulation, maybe a few centimeters coming our way. That'll be later on in the newscast.
Today, Ross Romano, MPP for Sault Ste. Marie, announced that the Ontario government is providing $9 million to assist Tenaris Algoma Tubes, the only steel pipe manufacturer based in Canada, to upgrade its facility, purchase new equipment, and expand operations in Northern Ontario. Romano spoke from the heart today as he said that the pipe dream is now a reality. The government's investment of $9 million has successfully leveraged an investment into Tenaris Algoma Tubes of over $117 million and has created 153 high-paying jobs. Through the Northern Ontario Recovery Program, Ontario is helping businesses in the north get back on their feet by helping them adjust operations to meet new public health guidelines, protect employees and customers, and build consumer confidence. The investment will lead to the creation of these 153 jobs and enable the company to better support Canada's energy sector. Due to ongoing high COVID-19 activity throughout November in Chippewa County, Michigan, Algoma Public Health is extending a special advisory for Algoma residents who regularly cross the Canada-US border into Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, and into Chippewa County for work. Even if you are exempt from federal travel and quarantine restrictions, you must avoid cross-border travel and use virtual options if possible. While in Chippewa County, protect yourself by avoiding crowded indoor spaces and staying 2 meters apart from other people at all times. Once back in Algoma, protect others by staying home as much as possible for 14 days and not having close contact with others, especially vulnerable people who are elderly or have underlying health conditions. This advisory is in effect for 28 days until December the 30th, at which point an update will be provided based on COVID-19 activity at that time. Investments will help more patients remain in their home while preserving hospitals' capacity during COVID-19. These details were provided today by Premier Doug Ford and Christine Elliott, Deputy Premier and Minister of Health, of how investments will help more patients remain in their homes. The Ontario government is investing more than $150 million to support 850 patients across the province with high, complex care needs access services in the comfort of their own homes, while also expanding virtual care options for patients across the province. This funding is part of the province's COVID-19 Fall Preparedness Plan, keeping Ontarians safe, preparing for future waves of COVID-19, which will enable the province to respond to future surges and waves of the virus while preserving hospital capacity. The new high-intensity supports at home program helps patients with high care needs transition from a hospital back to their home or community setting with the right supports, also known as alternate level of care patients. This program provides integrated team-based care where multiple types of services are wrapped around the patient. This can include up to 11 hours a day of personal support services and nursing services per patient. Other community services may include Meals on Wheels, homemaking, and transportation to medical appointments. With this investment, the province will add more capacity in hospitals, provide approximately 484,000 nursing and therapy visits, and approximately 1.4 million personal support worker hours.
There are multiple pandemics running in this community, and that was made clear during the last council meeting. During the tabling of the proposed budget, Sault Police Services made a presentation to council to justify why they required a budget increase. Mayor Provenzano took the time to address the community directly on the issue and says he hears more about policing, mental health, and addictions than probably any other issue in the city. He also notes that although the city has spent over $29 million in policing, it is not the police service's fault. It is much more complicated than a policing issue. He and Stevenson both noted other pieces of the city's infrastructure that needed to be dealt with, and until that can be done, the budget and issues will be difficult to handle on their own. The end result may be the need to hire more full-time officers if these issues cannot be addressed. Nominations for the 2020 Christmas Lighting Awards program are now being accepted by the City Clerk's Office. This program, co-sponsored by PUC Services, promotes and encourages community involvement and recognizes the efforts of residents who light up their homes and businesses in the spirit of the season. There are 2 award categories, residential and business. In the residential category, 2 winners per ward will be selected, and in the business category, 3 winners will be selected citywide. Nomination forms are available online at saultstemarie.ca/Christmas lights. Completed forms can be emailed to the City Clerk's Office. Please contact the City Clerk's Office at 705-759-5388 or cityclerk@cityssm.on.ca. A complete list of nominated properties will be available at saultstmarie.ca. For the next 10 months, Goulet Bay Fire will be holding a 50-50 draw. Tickets are available through the Facebook page, website, and on-site at the Timberland General Store on Highway 17 on Saturdays. The 50-50 fundraising event that the department began 3 months ago is going to use the money to buy apparatus for the fire department, such as vehicles, fire equipment, fire gear, and expansion to the fire hall. They were also taking donations of canned goods and toys for Christmas cheer. The fire department also had a safety message for community members about their chimneys, reminding the community that this is the season where everyone is turning on their stoves and it's vital to clean your chimneys, as they do respond to a lot of chimney fire calls each year that can quickly turn into a house fire, and that chimney cleaning kits can be purchased from the general store. Draws are made on the last day of the month, and the numbers are posted on their Facebook page and website. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Weather Daniel with your local weather.
When it comes to peace of mind, think KC Security Services, a locally owned and operated security service, voted the best security company in Sault Ste. Marie. We specialize in mobile patrols and alarm responses. At KC Security, we also offer stationary guard services for commercial and residential properties, events, and more. Available 24 hours per day, 365 days a year.
KC Security Services, where peace of mind is a matter of choice, your one-stop shop for all your security needs. Good evening and welcome back to News at Night on your Wednesday, December the 2nd. Beautiful sunny day was in store today, and we are going to continue to see clear skies for a little bit while longer before things do change as we move into tomorrow. So let's take a look at the satellite. We do have a bit of cloud cover that's moving into our region. Not a whole lot at the moment. It has been clear. It was a nice clear night last night as well. Now, if you're in Elliott Lake and Sudbury, you have some more clouds. And of course, once you go down to southern Ontario, they're still dealing with this massive system that is moving its way through. Hopefully, it's going to slow down with the snow down there because there's quite a bit of snow. But we don't have to worry about a lot of accumulation coming up. So let's get into the details. But let's show you what our camera was looking like today, earlier today with the sun. Beautiful day once again. You know, it's chilly with the wind chill, but the fact that we're into December, and I know I sound like a broken record, but we don't have any snow on the ground, and people in southern Ontario are covered with snow. We'll brag while we can, because you know in a month the tables will be turned. So thank you to wirelesscom.ca for sponsoring our camera. We appreciate it, and if you want, check out their website for all the services they have to offer, including those cameras. Okay, so what we're looking at as our expected lows in our region overnight: -2 in Thunder Bay, -7 in Wawa, -8 in Timmins, only 0 here in Sault Ste. Marie, -2 in Elliott Lake, and -4 in Sudbury. What we are expecting here in Sault Ste. Marie overnight is mainly cloudy with a 40% chance of a flurry moving in later on tonight and into the overnight. The flurries at times heavy will begin in the morning. Winds are still going to be northwest 30 kilometers gusting to about 50. We're going to see a wind chill of -7 overnight. As we get into Thursday, flurries will be heavy again at times, and they will end in the afternoon. And then it will become mainly cloudy. So we're only looking at about 2 to 3 centimeters in accumulation at this point. Of course, lake effect could change that if we do get some lake effect, but I don't see any significant precipitation, or accumulation rather, for this system that's moving through, and it'll probably melt by the weekend. So we will be back with the grass. So what we are looking at for winds on Thursday: northwest 20 kilometers. Your wind chill is going to be -7 in the morning, and you are going to get up to high of 3 and a low of 0 overnight with some lingering flurries. Then we get into Friday, which is cloudy with a 40% chance of flurries. We're looking at a high of 2 degrees. So again, we'll be above freezing. It should melt a little bit of what we get on Thursday, but we are going to drop pretty quickly down to -6 on Friday night. But we are just looking at cloudy periods on Friday night, so no snow in the forecast there. And as you get into the weekend, Saturday, you're looking at a high of 0, mix of sun and cloud, no snow. -5 is your overnight low with some cloudy periods once again. Then we get into our 7-day, and it's not looking too bad as we get into the second week of December. Mix of sun and cloud for most of the weekend as well as into early next week. We are looking at a high of 4 degrees by Wednesday with some clouds. Other than that, overnight we are going to stay around -4 to 6 degrees for most of the week. And then we'll slowly warm up once again as we get into next week. We'll hit -1 on Tuesday night and then 0 on Wednesday. So, of course, this will probably change by tomorrow, so I'll have that update, but at this point it looks good. So here's a picture from Peter and Nancy Oldcorn, Chris's parents, and this is from Wasaga Beach. Of course, they had a bit of snow over there on their deck there and on the trees, so thank you very much for sending that in. If you do have any photos or videos weather related, you can send them to ontvweather@gmail.com, and if you can, shoot them so they're not straight up like that, because otherwise they don't show up as big, so we have to zoom in on them. So if you can shoot them horizontally, that's better that way. So thank you very much again for sending that in. And also, if you go to SiouxOnline.com, you can check out the holiday pick of the day contest that's going on, or you can find that post on our Facebook page. Chris has it pinned at the top, and you can submit your photos for that, and you can actually be entered to win some prizes on there. So there's 2 things going on, so make sure you do check that out, and check out our Facebook page for more information on that. So Colette will be back after the break with more news. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
COVID-19 is a serious public health threat. All Canadians must act now to reduce the spread. Avoid crowded places and practice social distancing. Avoid non-essential travel and stay home as much as possible. Self-isolate if you may have been exposed to COVID-19. Stay connected with neighbors, friends, and family. When you take care of yourself, you take care of others.
A message from the Government of Canada.
Approximately 6:20 this morning, emergency services responded to an accident on Black Road. Upon arrival in the 400 block, they found a vehicle rolled over in the west ditch. Officials on the scene said everyone was out of the vehicle. Crews were on scene for approximately an hour tending to the situation. No word on injuries, damage, or cause of the accident was available. More information will be provided when it becomes available from Sault Police. On December 1st, officers with patrol services arrested 38-year-old Jake Pelletier with impaired driving of alcohol and drugs. At 8:52 p.m., police received a call of a possible impaired driver in central part of the city. Officers located the vehicle a short time later on Pine Street. Upon approaching the vehicle, officers observed a man in the driver's seat of the running vehicle, and he was not responding to their attempts to communicate. Officers were able to get his attention and identify the accused. The officers observed the accused holding a piece of tinfoil with burnt residue. They developed grounds to believe his ability to operate a vehicle was impaired by drugs and was arrested. A subsequent search of the area of arrest found the accused to be in possession of what is believed to be fentanyl. He later completed a drug recognition evaluation, which he failed. He is charged with impaired driving, alcohol and drugs, and possession of a controlled substance. He is scheduled to appear in court on January the 11th, 2021.